Connor Mewburn just began his freshman year of high school. Older brother Colby just graduated. Connor Mewburn going to be on the pole, multi-time winner here this year. Outside from Nash, Texas, the 32 L, that'll be Luke Wheat. And I hear that Luke's scratched, so he's not going to make it. Inside of row number 2, the 11 is Melissa Aiken. Outside the 10B of Eddie Brewer from Atlanta, Texas. Justin Lishman from Texarkana had a stellar finish here. Runner-up to Michael King Jr. the last time out. And Gunnar Riggs in the custom coating and fabrication number 1R out of Texarkana, Arkansas. He's in the 1R starts till. We'll see what happens in this one as Mewburn gets disposed of here by half a car length down the back straightaway. He'll fight back and drive it deep into turn number 3 here on the opening circuit here on this Friday night special at Texarkana on demand on RaceOnTexas.com, the official video provider of the Texarkana 67 Speedway. Every thrill and spill and every burn and turn. One of the best races we had here, the last event for the WW Timber Outlaw Modified Night, along with the IMCA Modified Madness. Featured Justin Lishman, who runs in the 3rd spot here. And the winner, of course, the 14R from El Dorado, the 17-year-old Michael King Jr. They put on a will of a race. And right now, Connor Mewburn says, I want to go ahead and park this thing on the slab and get me a trophy to throw up on the mantle. I'm not sure who's in that Cavalier. It doesn't have a number on it or anything, and I heard Luke Wheat scratch, so I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Just being honest. Connor Mewburn going after it to the inside, though. It's either Eddie Brewer or it's Luke Wheat in a different car tonight. We'll find out, I guess, if he wins, and we'll talk to him in victory lane. 2 laps to go to settle the score. It's not their first rodeo, though, as here comes Lishman now. He'll throw his hat out of the ring and become a player here with one more trip around the 67 Texarkana Speedway, this time by to the white flag. Mewburn been stalking him hard the entirety of this one, of the 6-lap affair. The white flag is out from Flagman Johan. Here comes Lishman to the outside for second. Lishman tries to use that outside line momentum to his advantage. He'll smash the throttle down the back straightaway and get a run to the outside of the number 36, 13-year-old Connor Mewburn. Like I said, I do not know, but I think I'm going to head down and try to find out. Either it's Luke Wheat or Eddie Brewer. Hey, congratulations to one of those guys. They take the victory as Lishman came on strong here late. On the Arklatex, these 4-cylinders really do put on a great show. Like I said, the last race out here between Lishman and Michael King was an outstanding race. And one little mistake by Michael King, and I'll tell you what, Lishman would have went by. He came on strong here in the late going of this one. We'll talk a little bit about what happened here last time out, but nonetheless, taking the win. And that all black, is that a neon or a I can't tell from here. Is it? I said Cavalier. Is that a neon? Cavalier. It's a Cavalier. That's what I said first. Out of the car, though, Eddie Brewer takes the victory in your trophy dash here for the 4-cylinders tonight from Atlanta, Texas. We'll see the 4-cylinders back in action here this evening. Hobby Stock Heat Race number 1. Jay Watson on the pole. He's right where he needs to be. The lights are out. We're underway here at Texarkana. Watson going to lead them with the whole shot off of 2 as they head down the back straightaway here into the opening lap of this one at Texarkana tonight. Your first official heat race of the night. Into 3. And off of turn number 4, Watson looks to lead lap number 1, and he will in 61. The three deuce of Larry White, hugging the hub and hugging it well down the back straightaway. He'll take over the 2nd spot and throw Daniel Jones back to 3rd. Jones will be relegated to 3rd as they come off of turn number 4 this time to the line.
Brown, he put my gears in for me this week. Outlaw Race Cars helps me out a lot. QA1 helps me out. Team 5 Enterprise, Rawls Racing, Swift Springs.
Trying to share a few words there with Neil Kent's post-race interview from the last event here at the Speedway. I'll share that again because Chris Taylor informed me it wasn't loud enough. We're going to get back underway. Lee Carver trying to grab second here on the restart in the black number 5. As Watson still continues to lead here in Texarkana. Larry White getting pressure down the back straightaway. Oh my goodness. Two laps to go this time by in this 8-lap affair in heat race number 1 of the night here in Texarkana. Larry White still holding on to second behind race leader Jay Watson as he heads down the back straightaway with a comfortable advantage nearly an entire straightaway. Over a half a straight as he heads off into 3 and 4. White flag is out, final trip around. Rolling through 3 and off of turn number 4, a face full of checker flag from flagman Joe Holm. Jay Watson from Murfreesboro wins heat number 1 here in Texarkana tonight. Larry White gets loose, he coasts across the checkers, he'll end up grabbing second. Carver gets nipped at the line. Chris is due some good luck. Maybe tonight is his night to shake old lady luck. Inside of number 2 from Falk, Arkansas. The 54 is Clint Shirtliff in the Jet Chassis, the runner-up here to Neil Kemp, the last event. Jimbo Jamie Clayton out of Texarkana, the former North Louisiana State champion. Danny Cathy from Texarkana. Okay. Arlen Stewart from Little Rock, Arkansas. He pilots car number 15 tonight. Bradley Stapler out of Jacksonville, Arkansas is in the 13S. JT James Thompson in car number 85 in the Mod Mafia. Thompson Motorsports number 85 Outlaw Chassis. And Patrick Dermott in 27D. The lights are out. We're underway. And I think eventually we might get settled in here tonight as they head down the back straightaway here on the opening circuit. We'll see if Thompson can work his way to the front. Last time out, Bobby Jordan drove that number 85 Outlaw chassis that was built by Justin Whitehead. Off of 4 at the flag stand. Down the front boulevard for the first time. It'll be car number 35 of Garrett Hatfield, who has the race lead. And they're 3 wide there momentarily. Black Cat around the hub of the racetrack. And here comes Arlen. Arlen Stewart going to drive it into turn number 3 and slide up in front of the nose of the car number 24 for second. '54, of course, Clint Shirtliff. Shirtliff trying to relegate the 1 of Clayton. Down the back straightaway, Clayton nearly got into the Ute tire. He fades and drops a spot to the number 85 of Thompson and loses sight with that number 54 of Clint Shirtliff for the 3rd spot. Off of 4. Arlen Stewart trying to stalk down and hunt down the tire tracks of Garrett Hatfield. Like if I were to pick a name when I was born, I'd probably, if I knew I was going to be a race car driver, I'm pretty dang sure of it, I'd pick Hatfield. As Arlen Stewart is throwing down the wick here at the Speedway. Here comes Jamie Clayton down the back straightaway. He'll pull to the inside of the number 85 of James Thompson. And you can tell right now that Clayton is going to be fun to watch come later on in the main event. He's got a hot rod tonight, as he typically does every time out in that number J3 car. Heading off into 1. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now with Jamie Clayton. Clayton to the inside. He says, hey, I want 2 for the price of 1. He'll dispose of the 85 of Thompson, throw him into his hip pocket. He'll work on the number 54 now. That Jet Chassis of Shirley. He's got it. Off before he'll slide up, and they didn't make contact. It came close. Into 1. Thompson now working the hub and working it well. He'll go to the inside of the J3 of Clayton. Jimbo is going to run out of time, but prove that he has a piece for the main event later on. Everybody else better get prepared. Into 3 and 4 for the final time of Hobby Stock Heat Race number 2. Presented by Custom Coating and Fabrication, your winner, Going to go to the number 35 of Garrett Hatfield in 35. Hatfield in 35 takes the victory here in Texarkana. Hobby stock heat number 2, followed by the 15 of Arlen Stewart from Little Rock. Jamie Jimbo Clayton and J3 will grab third. James Thompson fourth in 85. So a lot of comers and goers and movers and shakers in this one. And it was quite Texarkana to Aaron Green in 87. Outside of Aaron Green from Texarkana, the 18-year-old Colby Mewburn. Inside of number 2, the 61-year-old veteran, Skeet Amundsen from New Boston of the crewed off race car number F5. Taylor Frost, welcome back. Taylor Frost back in the saddle as well on the Pro 1 transmission number 14H. Dustin Yount from New Boston in 007 and Mighty Mike Wells in car number 38. Benji Reese from Nashville, Arkansas. They head off into turns 1 and 2 here on the opening lap of your factory stock heat race. The first of 2 factory stock heats. They'll go at it hot and heavy for the third spot down the back straightaway on the opening circuit. Green holds on a second. Colby Mewburn stepping out onto the competition like he did last time out. Colby Mewburn, your most recent factory stock main event winner here. The race prior to that, he beat Ronald Pilkington straight up in a heat race here after a little bit of contact was made in that heat. But Colby has really showed what he is made of here. Really coming into his own. As Dustin Yount got a big run there to the inside in that 007 car of the F5 of Amundsen. Sounds like Skeet. Something didn't sound healthy about the F5 car, but I could be mistaken anyway. As he'll continue to go to work to the outside of the 007 of Dustin Yount. Up ahead is the 87 of Aaron Green, who still occupies the second position as they head off into 1. Colby Mewburn, hot side hustling, higher than Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour with Snoop Dogg riding shotgun. The 36 of Colby Mewburn, flirting with disaster. It's a fine line between love and hate up top, but he has got it working tonight in that outlaw chassis. Best engine power number 36. The 18-year-old youngster down the front straightaway with the race lead. A pair of youngsters out front leading the way. As now the 87 of Aaron Green's got that machine hooked up, trying to hook up that Hoosier F45 asphalt pull-off tire to this slick racing service here early on in the night here on a Friday night in Texarkana. Into 1. Now into turn number 3, the 36 of Colby Mewburn. Stepping out on this competition, he would have to throw a major... He'd have to throw a major bone and a major mistake to the rest of his competitors to allow them an opportunity to hunt him down and dispose of him for this race win. He has 1.5 laps to go. It'll be one more quarter-mile trip around Texarkana, and some debris just came out from underneath the 36. Could have been a mud plug. Final time in turns 1 and 2. Aaron Green hasn't been able to make up much slack on the car number 36 of Colby Mewburn. 18 years old, just began college this week. He'll roll off of turn number 4 and car number 36. Colby Mewburn, hot as a firecracker here at his home racetrack. He looks to go back-to-back tonight in 36. 87 of Aaron Green will grab the bridesmaids honors the F5 of the 61-year-old Skeet Amundsen. 5R, one of the breakout driver of the year candidates at the Boot Hill Speedway this year on raceontexas.com. It's Randy Cox, the 18-year-old out of Blanchard, Louisiana. Inside over number 3, it'll be Brenton Brown from Texarkana, the car number 97, and Cole Burleson, the Bandit, and car number 22. Pretty good shoe and a pretty good announcer, I think. He's working. We'll see what Cole can do. As they go, whoa, baby. They trying to go 3 wide there. Randy Cox, as they'll stay green down the back straightaway with a 13 of Kenward. Sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the hydrant. And right now he's the hydrant. He'll have to go to the tail, or have to work from the tail anyway, and off of 4. Throw a blanket over the top 4. The 97 of Brenton Brown, wheeling and dealing and doing what he does. Brenton Brown has won here 7 times this season. Off of 4, down the front straightaway. Michael Shirtliff trying to hunt him down. That hobby shop power plant underneath the hood built by Clint Shirtliff digging for the number 24, but Randy Cox keeping him honest down the back straightaway. Here comes Randy Cox to the inside for second. The regular at the Boot Hill Speedway all season long. Came out here, was voted into this year's King of the Ring. Look out, Cole Burleson. As Randy Cox is voted into this year's King of the Ring, came out here for that Friday night for the SmackDown. It didn't return on Saturday, but it was his first time ever to this racetrack. His first time to ever race here tonight in car number 45R. He's got a hot rod as well. He'll work on second. 4 and 4 laps to go. Randy Cox acquired his first ever race car from Jeff Lewis out of Houghton, Louisiana. A pretty good guy to learn from. As this younger is taking like a duck to water. The Blanchard, Louisiana, able to go to the inside of the Ashdown, Arkansas, able to throw a slide job through 3 and 4. That was nice. Off of 4 down the straightaway, Randy Cox. He's wheeling and dealing tonight. This is phenomenal. Randy Cox, 18 years old, throwing a slider on the 24. Shirtless not done with it, though. You imagine that Shirtless grinning ear to ear. This is what these guys show up to do. They came here to race tonight. 2 more trips around the Texarkana 67 Speedway, and Randy Cox, he's feeling it tonight. But all out front on his lonesome. He'll holler at you. He's throwing the keys on the counter to the desk of the Holiday Inn. He'll be checking out tonight. The car number 97 of Brenton Brown from Hooks, Texas. Brandon Brown says, you better put some respect on my name. He'll try to win for the 3rd in 3 different cars this season for the 8th time. The 7-time winner here this year. Once again, trying to win in his 3rd different car on the year. Brandon Brown. He'll take the victory. The 45R, Randy Cox from Blanchard. And the number 24 of Shirtless. What is Shirtless shoes on fire? Texarkana of Lucas Berry. The former Halloween Havoc winner, Billy White's Timberlawn Speedway. The 72 is the Wild Child, Jimmy Tubbs. Outside is Mark Underwood Jr. from Ruston, Louisiana. The Team Loud Pedal Motorsports, number 99 JR in the IRP chassis. Ben Leedy from Jonesboro has a heat race victory from the tail this season. And the Western Flyer chassis number B99. He's from Jonesboro. Bailey Turner in 24B. Adam Roy from Red Lick. Dustin Stapp in 81. The lights are out. We are underway. As they head off into 1 here for the first time. P-Daddy going to have the race lead. Paul Leedy. Leedy with the race lead down the back straightaway. In the turn number 3, here comes Jimmy Tubbs trying to work the middle of the Texarkana Speedway to his advantage, and the white or the yellow flag is out. So it looks like they're going to go to original restart with Paul Leedy out front with, or on the pole position, the Jonesboro, Louisiana native in car number 90. It'll be up to him to put his foot through the firewall and get this party back started. We're back underway here at Texarkana. Oh my. Mark Underwood Jr. just took the elevator, went from the top down to the basement as he heads off a 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Oh boy, Paul Leedy just broke. No, I'm sorry, the caution's out. Can't see the... I'm sorry, I had to laugh. Oh, goodness. I mean, he slowed down. He let them all go back in front of him. Paul Leedy driving a little hot underneath the collar right now on car number 90. Well, that's tough break for Paul Leedy there. They did not like the way he got on the loud pedal. Oh, baby. Mark Underwood Jr. the B99 of Ben Leedy, a pair of Northwest Louisiana racers. They go 3 wide for second. Leedy with Underwood to his outside down the back straightaway. Here comes Adam Roy in the deuce. As Wild Child Jimmy Tubbs wild out front holding on to the lead, but here comes Underwood. The Undertaker. Oh my goodness gracious. Jimmy Tubbs living up to his moniker. He's wild tonight. Got a little cattywampus there off the exit of corner number 2. When he gets cattywampus in front of the entire field, loses the handle, hit a donut. Nonetheless, Jimmy has a fast hot rod tonight, but try second, the deuce of Adam Roy. Oh, sneaky Adam. We talked to Adam in Victory Lane on July the 27th, and as he said, man, it's about time to get on another 20-race win tear like he did back in 2014 when he won the Cajun Classic and the Factory 50. The lights are out. We are back underway. As Mark Underwood has got the B99 hooked up and digging tonight. Hooked up on that right rear. Here comes Ben Leedy down the back straightaway. The B99 trying to fit it down to the hub of the racetrack and maybe go 3 wide here, but the 81 of Dustin Sapp looking pretty good. If Warren was a racer, off of 4 down the front straightaway. But the man who wore B90 or the 99, Ben Leedy, trying to relegate him. As down the back straightaway into turn 3, Adam Roy working to the inside of the Leary Texas racer Bailey Turner, who holds on a second way up top that time off of 4. 4 in, 4 laps to go. This 8-lap affair. Ben Leedy trying to get his car to steer through the center of the corner, just can't quite to get the car to stick like it did here his previous run here at Texarkana. Track conditions may be just a little bit different tonight, but he has got those 2 cars, second and third, in his sights. And he'll try to punch the time clock and go to work and set his sights on their spoilers into 1. Leedy all over, sniffing the tail tank, about to burn his eyebrows, getting underneath the fuel cell. The number 2B of the Leary Texas racer Bailey Turner. Turner will continue to go to work once again to the 2 of Roy. But Roy now separating himself, setting his sights on the 99 Junior of Mark Underwood Jr., but I believe it may be just a little too late. As Underwood swept way up top that time of the exit of turn number 2, but smashed the loud pedal. Adam Roy may have the better car here in the late going as Underwood is sweeping way up top. And Adam's able to keep his car pinned. But barring a catastrophe for the 99 of Mark Underwood Jr., not sure if Adam Roy will be able to get him, but he is digging around the hub tonight. Adam Roy is going to be tough tonight in the main event, as well as your winner here. Off of turn number 4 from Ruston, Louisiana, Mark Underwood Jr. takes the team Loud Pedal Motorsports 99 Jr. to the victory in heat race number 2 for the limited modifieds. Drew Armstrong will be back in the house, as well as Hot Springs, Arkansas racer Keaton Atkinson. They'll start back at the tail. On the front row from Little Rock, Arkansas, the 12 of Arlen Stewart back in the house again. Jesse Schwetman here every single week out of Tatum in car number 40. Steve Rebel Ward here week in and week out in the number 50. One of the very well-respected racers with many IMC modified wins in his racing career. From Paris, the 70 is Michael Rhodes, former Kiamichi feature race winner. Down the back straightaway in the 3. Here comes Armstrong. They go 3 wide. They went 4 wide momentarily. Here comes Drew Armstrong. He'll work to the inside of Arlen Stewart there for second. Disposing of 4 and going to 2. Sending it up top. Re-inheriting the race lead with the power and the momentum to the outside line. Momentum working to his advantage is Jesse Schwetman, the former tech man at all the area racetracks. In the saddle having some fun, but not enough to recapture the top spot as the 01A of Drew Armstrong does what Drew does. King Kong Drew Armstrong. You can't top him here, folks. He is a tough customer. And to turn number 3, Schwetman, though, having a very respectable, strong performance tonight. Here comes Keaton Atkinson. Keaton is eating now. Keaton from 5th to 3rd into 1. Keaton Atkinson, a frequent flyer, a multi-time winner here this season on that Dirtworks chassis, Built Right Motorsports number 24. The Hot Springs, Arkansas youngster. Into turn number 3, he'll set his sights on the 40 as Schwetman got loose right there in front of him. As off of 4, he smashes the loud pedal. For many years to come, we'll be calling Keaton Atkinson's name, I do believe. And no telling where his career could flourish and go, as Schwetman just got a hell of a run to the outside of him, disposes of the 24, throws him into his hip pocket. Into 3. Schwetman trying to keep that loose number 40 car underneath him as here comes the 24 of Keaton Atkinson once again. He says, "Thank you very much, it's mine. I'll take it." Atkinson takes back what his, as the cars that started on the final row do what they do on a week-to-week basis and roll straight to the front. As this time it'll be 2 laps to go, this 8-lap affair for Drew Armstrong from Benton, Arkansas. You got to think that Drew Armstrong will be a major factor this year at the Boone Super Nationals. I believe he is invited to the Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational as well. Haven't discussed with Keaton to see if he's going to Boone or not. But you got to know that Drew Armstrong will be a threat as he's in a new raised chassis now. Off of 4, down the boulevard. Armstrong takes the victory in 01A. Keaton Atkinson from the tail to finish 2nd. Jesse Schwetman with a solid performance to finish 3rd. Oh boy. Morgan Powell did not get the restart that she was looking for. Nonetheless, going to try to hold back the advance of the number 36, but he's driving a little hot underneath the collar right now. To the white flag for Connor Mewburn down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Final time off of 2 down the back straightaway. Morgan Powell going to keep the number 36 honest. The pair of youngsters down the back straightaway for the final time in the turn 34. Morgan Powell's got to run. Here comes Morgan Powell. The 36 going to push up the racetrack. Here she comes to the inside, but she will come up a little bit short. The 36 of Connor Mewburn takes the checkered flag. Waning stages of this final 4-cylinder heat. Justin Lishman, the pair of Justins, right now 1 and 2 with Converse out front with the lead. And I believe right now Lishman has the better race car. Or the better of the two. Off of turn number 4, the 14 hunting out C49. Somebody in Converse's universe tonight. Lishman chipping away. Chip, into turn number 3. Here comes Justin Lishman. Who's going to be the batter of the Justins? Lishman is trying to pull out of the tail tank of the number C49. Getting closer and closer. Not by yards, but by feet. Into 1. May run out and get beat by inches in this one. We'll see what happens here in the waning stages as they come through 3 and 4 for the final time this time. And nope, they'll get the caution.
What to say?
Undoubtedly the quickest. We'll get this one back underway with Justin Converse. Eddie Brewer tonight, your Trophy Dash winner. Went ahead and thrown some stickers on the side of that machine. The number 10B trying to keep the 14 honest. Final time into 1 and 2. The final quarter-mile trip around Texarkana 67 Speedway in your final heat race of the night. Converse has found some stick, found some glue here on the restart to relegate the number 14 of Converse to keep him holding into second. Final time through turns 3 and off of turn number 4. The all-time winningest 4-cylinder driver in the Arklatex takes the victory from Falk, Arkansas. Justin Converse at C49. Justin Lishman with a solid run. Eddie Brewer tonight. Garrett Hatfield rolling on the second. 30 wide off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. James Thompson, the number 85, makes contact with Jamie Clayton. Holy smokes. James Watson out front of command. And the number 61, the Murfreesboro Racer, off of 4 down the front straightaway. Showing up and showing out in that Camaro tonight. Hatfield so holds a comfortable second right now with the Little Rock Racer, Arlen Stewart holding back in third. JT in the Model Mafia, Outlaw Chassis number 85, working his way up to 4th, and car number 85 went 3 wide there a couple of laps ago. They're 3 wide back here for 5th or 6th. It's Clint Shirtliff around the bottom, the 38 of Amity, Arkansas's Ethan Fagan, and the 54 of Shirtliff way up top for Grandpa Keeps the Good Bourbon as they set their sights down the back straight with a turn number 3. That appears to be the best battle. Will lap traffic become a factor in this one, though? As that battle and that war continues to wage on. Many battles on the racetrack, but who's going to win the war tonight? It appears that it's going to come down to a race through lap traffic if we do stay green. As two cars up in front of the face shield of Watson from Murfreesboro. It's the 96 of Stevens, the first car to be the victim to go a lap down. Here we go. It's finna heat all the way up. 96 S's the back straightaway. And may get out of harm's way without a caution being out. And there comes the caution. Man, oh man. We'll punch the time clock and they'll go back to work this time and get the party restarted. Here at Hatfield may have something up his sleeve. We'll see what Thompson, maybe. We'll see what the 15 of Stewart has. Jamie Clayton. Off to the flying lane with a 3 wide for second into 1 and 2. Momentarily the 85. Had to get on the binders there. Here comes Jimbo. Jamie Clayton, he'll go limbo. He'll go to the inside and try to sneak underneath the 15 of Little Rock's Arlen Stewart. He's got it. Off the 4, down the boulevard. Synchronized spinners through 3 and 4. Collects 4 of them. We got a Dollar General parking lot and the caution flag may wave. And it is not yet, and it does now. Jay Watson on the lap pedal. We're backing away at Texarkana into 1. Your first main event of the night, and it's a good one in the hobby stock main event. They go 3 wide momentarily for the race lead. Off the 2. Here comes Jamie Clayton. He had to get on the binders, though. Down the back straightaway. Hatfield all over, smelling the tilt tank of the number 61 of the Murfreesboro racer. Jay Watson throw a blanket right now over the top 5. Here comes Hatfield to the inside for the race lead. And the caution's back out. A lot of speed on these restarts. We've had to check the throttle and get on the binders a couple of times when they went 3 wide of Jamie Clayton. Should be fun, and it should get interesting. We'll see what happens as we get ready to drop the hammer, the punch, the time clock, and go back to work and get the party restarted. We're back underway in Texarkana in your hobby stock A main event. Hatfield gonna fire it down to the inside. He'll pull the trigger. No blanks for 35. He'll go to the inside for the race leader. Side by side for the race leader. Here comes Thompson at 85. They're still door to door, wheel to wheel through 3 and 4. He'll try to sidestep. Oh, baby, the 61 got a little loose and to make a little bit of contact off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway we go, and Hatfield gonna nose ahead. They make more contact. Here comes Thompson. King Thompson in car number 85. Gonna, oh, baby, the 35 got a little loose there down the back straightaway. Looks like an old Aaron Roy number 35 hot stock. Here comes James Thompson for the race lead. They go inside, trying to go 3 wide with the 61 up top. Wow. And James Thompson gonna try to park her on the slab tonight. And Texarkana 67 Speedway, Victor Lane. What a performance tonight for JT from 8th to the top spot here with just a couple of laps now to go. Or maybe halfway. Halfway, that's it. Halfway. And James Thompson on a rail. But here comes Jamie. Jamie Clayton now trying to dispose of the number 61, the longtime race leader here, who led the first 8 laps of the night's main event of Jay Watson. Watson sends it up top once again. Smashes the throttle, evens the way once again with the J3. J3 too much at the flag stand. He takes command of the 3rd spot into 1. Sets his sights now on the number 35 as Hatfield going to work on the number 85. James Thompson driving a flawless race tonight. The Mod Mafia number 85 being pressured here by the number 35 of Hatfield. 85 up top. Here comes Jimbo Clayton. You've got a Donnybrook Special Brewing tonight. Race the 85 gets under the little cattywampus. They're literally a blanket, a beehive, throwing over the top of turn number 4, down the front row of the best hobby stock race of the year in Texarkana. As they head off back into turns number 1. Tick-tock goes the race clock. James Thompson, stick a fork in, the 85 is done, hunting to the Heartbreak Hotel with Arlen Stewart. As here comes Jamie Clayton. He'll wind it up top, rolling like a yo-yo with no string. Here comes Jamie Clayton off of 4. He can't get the race lead. He'll take second back from the Murfreesboro racer, the 61 of Watson. What a race. An absolute stellar hobby stock main event tonight. handle here and regain what he may feel like is his, as he led the first 9 laps of the main event tonight. I said 8 earlier. He led the first 9. As James Thompson came through and led 4 laps before the heartbreak. We'll see what happens as Hatfield is out front, has a strong car tonight. Jamie Clayton, we'll see what he has. We're underway. .35, the man with the plan, with the green flag in Joe Holmes' hand. He'll drop it over the competition. We're backing away in Texarkana in a thriller to this point. We'll see what happens as Hatfield leads him to the green. Hatfield gonna lead him down the back straightaway. And here comes Jamie Clayton now to the inside of the number 61 for second. 61 of Watson, driving such a flawless race tonight. Able to keep with the J3 for just a moment there, and he now sidesteps him and takes away. If not for the chain of cautions here and the midpoint of this race here, still a great race. Two more laps to go for your outside pole sitter, Garrett Hatfield, in car number 35. A flawless race tonight. He's kept his nose clean to this point, and he's slowing down a little bit there off the exit of turn number 2. Does Clayton have anything? Hatfield slowing down, folks. Hatfield slowing down tremendously, and here comes Clayton with the white flag out. Final trip off into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. The 35 trying to hug the bottom, or the middle point of the 67 Speedway. Clayton shoots out of a cannon down the back straightaway. No blinks for J3. Jamie Clayton going to try to steal one away and wow the crowd. Final time through turns 3 and 4 and off of 4. Here comes Clayton. It won't be enough. Garrett Hatfield takes the win tonight in the hobby stock main event in an absolute great race. Folks, on the 35 car climbs out of the machine in victory lane. He deserves your round of applause. He drove a flawless race tonight. He getting ready to climb out now on the number 35 machine. Here it comes, folks. Give it up for Garrett Hatfield in car number 35. Now I'm on Texarkana. Y'all can do a little bit better than that. I tell you what, Garrett, you look at the race sheet and where you started. It'd say you started on the outside pole. You may have led 7 or 8 laps of this one. That didn't tell the whole story, man. You absolutely had to get up on the wheel and earn this win tonight.
Yeah, I just got to thank my stepbrother here, Sawyer. He's helped me get here, and we've been working hard all year to finally get a win. It's nice to get one for one.
3 different leaders in this race. Thompson got around. You guys did some good battle there for a few moments. Arlen Stewart had trouble. I mean, you had 3 or 4, 5 different guys up there trying to vie for the race lead, man. That had been a lot of fun from where you were sitting. It was a lot of fun from where we were sitting.
Well, I appreciate y'all having a nice track tonight, and I apologize to 85 for getting into them, but it's just a racing deal, so I'm sorry for that. And
yeah, it's a fine line out there between love and hate. I mean, going 3 wide. I mean, it's got to be the ultimate adrenaline rush as well.
I just appreciate life around the racetrack and having us here tonight.
Let's hear about all the folks that help you out. I know you thank your brother. Anybody else additional you'd like to thank?
My dad especially, and just my family for supporting me to keep coming doing this and them being at home when I'm here. So
flawless performance tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Garrett Hatfield takes the victory in your hobby stock main event. Probably the best field of hobby stocks we've had here all year. I think we had 17 of them, and they put on a great race. Hey. What's up? Skeet Emerson's inside of row number 2. It's Randy Cox, my bad. The 45R outside of row number 2 from Blanchard, Louisiana, the 18-year-old Randy Cox. Skeet Emerson, the 61-year-old inside of row number 3. Michael Shirtliff from Ashland in car number 24. The lights are out. We're underway in your factory stock 20-lap main event. Should be another good one, as Brenton Brown's going to get a big run off of 2 and down the back straightaway here on the opening lap. They'll go side by side for the race lead. Brenton Brown going to try to use that outside line momentum to his advantage. He'll push up the racetrack. It allows the 36. They go 3 wide down the front straightaway on the opening lap of this one. Oh, baby! Brenton Brown came down a little bit. They make contact. And right in front of the field, the 45R Randy Cox around. The multi-time track champion, Mighty Mike Wells, in the number 38 Outlaw chassis. The Bandit, Cole Burleson, in the number 22B. Keep your eyes on him. And we'll see what happens as we go back green with Brenton Brown out front with the lead. And Mike Wells has problems on the restart. He goes to the pit area. Tough break. As early on in this race, the 36 of Mewburn and the 97 of Brown made a little bit of slight contact as they headed off into 1 and 2 on the second lap of this one. And on the restart, the 97 of Brenton Brown driving this car, I don't believe for the first time in his career, but I think for the first time this particular year, he couldn't have gone any lower than a Mudcat would go into the Red River. The 97 is stuck right around the hub of the track right now. Skeet Emerson trying to get a run now in the F5. His entry to the corner is a little bit different than the rest of these guys. They sent him back off into 1. Aaron Green now working to the back bumper to the number 36 of Mewburn for second. As Colby Mewburn able to keep the advance of the youngster. 87 of Green back to third. The veteran racer Skeet Emerson now in the clutches of the 007 of Dustin Yount. Seems like everybody competing for second place tonight. Brenton Brown. Brandon Brown's going to have to be careful here, working his way through lap traffic. Benji Reeves will be the first victim here, as Mewburn is still being tested by the number 87 of Green. Nonetheless, a solid, respectable runner-up showing going here for the youngster as they head down the back straightaway, or the 97 of Brown does. And that Outlaw chassis right now. Outlaws run 1 and 2 on the racetrack as they roll through off of turn number 4 this time. Tick-tock goes the race clock. It's in the hourglass, ticking away. Only to be 2 laps to go. 2.5 laps to go when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway. The 97 of Brandon Brown. He'll dispose of the 13 of Kenworth down the back straightaway. 2 to go this time by for Brandon Brown. Hooked up and digging right around the bottom of the racetrack. Final time through turns 3 and 4, and another dominant performance at Texarkana at the home track tonight. Driving the 97 Outlaw chassis, is 8th win in 3 different cars this year. Brandon Brown scores the victory, the Hooks Texas racer. So last time Brandon was in victory lane on July the 27th, he was in a black number 32 car that he had just got that week, and then he sold it this past week. But back in victory lane for the 8th time this season, and this 3rd different car now. Brandon Brown from Hooks, Texas, back in victory lane here in Texarkana. Well, Brandon, we'll talk about this one, man. You really had that car really set on kill right around the bottom of the night, man. I'm not sure you could have went any lower than a Mudcat in the Red River. I don't know, but the car was really stuck right around the bottom of the night.
Man, I went out in the heat, jumped up top, it felt good. I didn't really know if it was going to work around the bottom. I just stuck it down there and knew I had to stay there.
You're kind of getting like Justin now. You have a car for a week or two, you run and you win a race, and then you turn around and sell it. Last time we talked on July 27th here in Victory Lane, man, you talked about that other car, the black car, sweet-looking car as well. You sold that one. Not sure who acquired it, but Chance Westbrook still owns this car. Tell me a little bit about what's behind all this.
Now, this was a car we raffled off last year. I won 5 races in it at the end of last year, and I had a chance to buy it back, and I went and bought it.
Pretty cool. Now, is this the car that Scotty drove at the Classic?
This is the car.
I knew that one of them had to be the one. I thought the one last week, but nonetheless, is the one that got second in the Cajun Classic to Justin. Feels pretty good, though. So 2016?
Yeah, this is my 10th win and my 3rd different car, and I'm really impressed. The Outlaws are just dominant. I love it.
Hey, all right, about time we put about a 10,000 win race on here, you'd be a threat.
Yeah, I suck at big races, but I have fun on these week-to-weeks.
You got to get that confidence up, man. All right, come on now.
I got to thank my pit crew, Ben. Without him, I couldn't do it. My wife, my kids, they put up with me changing all these cars. I put a lot of time in these things. And Justin Whitehead for the shop, without him, it wouldn't be possible. A&T Delivery, Pro One Transmission, Best Engines, all these guys, they helped me out a lot.
Man, all your hard work and dedication has definitely showed off this year, man. You've been the class of the field, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Definitely. Give it up for him, folks, from Hooks, Texas. Brandon Brown scores another victory here at his home racetrack tonight. In black letter number 21. That'll be Kevin Peters from Longview, Texas. The former Halloween Havoc winner at Billy White's Timberline Speedway. The 72 is the Wild Child, Jimmy Tubbs. James Wilson of the 5. The custom coating and fabrication 1R, that'll be Rogers Berry. The lights are gonna go out, and we'll see what happens as BJ Moore from Falcon, Aaron Roy from Red Lick on the front row tonight, and they're gonna drop the hammer. We're underway. heading off into 1 for the first time tonight. Oh, baby, they go 3 wide there momentarily, and they go 3 wide. Back there for 6. Whitehead around the hub of the racetrack. Here comes Aaron Roy around the outside of the 00. Who's going to lead lap number 1 off of turn number 4? Roy with an outside line momentum, and BJ Moore does it. BJ Moore does it. As they are, it's a hornet's nest right now. They're 3 wide once again off the 2, and around goes the 2B of Turner. They're 3 wide for 3rd. 3 wide for 3rd. Still 3 wide. Through 3 and 4. Wow. Ben Lee, the meat and the sandwich that time. He has to check the throttle and try to drive underneath Whitehead on a march to the front. Whitehead clawing, scratching, and trying to roll his way to the front. Ben Leedy now back on the loud pedal, trying to work him back to his advances. Oh boy, Turner just lost the handle right there in front of the field. No harm, no foul. Down the front straight, back into turn number 1. On demand on raceontexas.com. Ben Leedy now takes under 3 wide for 4th. Down the back straightaway, there's still 3 wide. Adam Roy trying to work his way to the front now around the hub of the racetrack. The Western Flyer in 2nd in the form of Whitehead. Ben Leedy, he's in a Western Flyer, a 2010 Western Flyer chassis. It's crazy to think that a chassis is 8 years old, and that's old, but it is, I guess, you know. I remember what it was like to be in 2010. BJ Moore going to get us back underway off of turn number 4 and 00, where we are underway. Whitehead knocks on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth. Here comes Adam to the inside of his brother Aaron. Down the back straightaway. Aaron and Adam going door to door. The Roy brothers side by side through turns 3 and 4. Now Stroman going way up top for Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. Ben Lee. 99 and 88 go at it as Whitehead sets his sights. And Jimmy Tubbs. It was. But BJ Moore got out of racing after racing a hot stock for many years, and of course been in these limiteds for several years. Took some time off from racing, but racing a GRT chassis modified, won some races at Billy White's Timberline Speedway. And yeah, good restarting time, well by 36J. Here comes Justin. 7-time Cajun Classic winner Justin Whitehead going to go to the middle lane of the 67 Speedway now, and they're trying to go door to door down the back straightaway. They do. Here comes Adam Roy trying to hold the B99 to him. What a move and what a power move by the 36J. Not enough though. BJ Moore says, up to the challenge. What more do you have, Justin? He says he's got a recipe for victory lane. He'll send it. And the Spitzer's on Timber. Thompson Motorsports, best engines. Western Flyer chassis. Curtis Allen built 36J. The owner and fabricator of Outlaw Chassis has got it working and digging well tonight. Off of 4, down the front straightaway. Here comes Justin Whitehead. The winningest driver in the Arklatex over the last 8 years, bar none. And he has that. He has those miles logged by a many a mile as he kicks up the Rooster Tails into turn number 3. Making a nice shot for all the photographers here as Mark Underwood Jr. got in there a little hot and heavy. Made some contact with Stroman. As now, as what we've got is a shootout between 2 very well respected and 2 veteran racers. Kind of wild to call Justin Whitehead a veteran racer, but hey, he's a vet indeed. In racer Ricky Weiss and one of Scott Blomquist, Sweet Blomquist chassis. Ricky Weiss was able to hold off a hard-charging Tim McCready late. And that's kind of what's been going on the national scene here as of late. As we will punch the time clock and go back to work. Whitehead has a hot rod tonight, but BJ Moore says, I do too. We'll find out. Here we go. Heading off into turn number 1. Whitehead going to go way up top, higher than Willie Nelson in the cross-country tour, down the back straightaway. I don't think he liked it way up there. He says, I don't really like Grandpa's good bourbon up there. He'll come off of turn number 4, hugging the hub off, setting his sights on the 00. And now Roy and Stroman going at it door to door. Stroman trying to get back to early season form here at Texarkana, as he has been the man with the plan, with the checkers in his hands. Many a Friday nights here, and Whitehead is pulled back with the 00 here for the race lead. Down the boulevard we go. Ben Leedy driving a flawless race tonight. Ben Leedy not able to get up there and contest the top two for the win. He's just not able to get through the center of the corner like he was able to do the last time that he had won a heat race here. Here comes Whitehead. Whitehead going to go up top once again. He is steering. Look at the front end geometry of those cars. It looks like the front tires of a sprint car. As right now, we have plenty of laps to go yet. 50% in, 50% to go. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Whitehead just hoping for a little bobble, one little mistake where he can go by, or else he's going to have to get both hands, both feet up on the wheel and clench his teeth and saw on it and trying to dethrone more. Tell you, if Whitehead is hooked up like this in Waco for $11,000 a win in a couple of weeks, September 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, don't miss it. Of course, the 5th is a Wednesday night practice. Thursday night, it would be qualifying. Friday night qualifying. Last year, Justin Whitehead was the overall top qualifier out of 129 limited modifieds and the entire Mid-South. The best racers in the region. Whitehead was the number 1 qualifier, finished 3rd in that main event, as Rodney White won the 10,000. This year, it's 11,000, and he'll be a threat tonight here at his home track, though. Can he dethrone a great racer in the form of the 00, B.J. Moore? B.J. Moore says, hey, put some respect on my name. And here comes Adam Roy. R.J. Stroman up top. Yeah, baby, they're going to try to spit the B99. Here comes Whitehead. He'll drive it deep, deep, deep into turn number 3, and he's back on the lap pedal. Look at that dig, baby, off of turn number 4. But B.J. Moore says, sit down and take a seat. Moore trying to make that car wider than a triple wide trailer, kicking up the dust in the 1 and 2. They're going to side by side for the race lead. Down the back straightaway off of turn number 2 into turn number 3. B.J. Moore up on the wheel tonight, trying to hold back the advance of the 36J. Boy, Justin Whitehead is digging right there to the center, and now he may have it. Nope, don't give it to him yet. I told you, folks, what a dandy. What a dandy of a race brewing here in Texarkana on a hot night in August. Down the back straightaway, 7-time Cajun Classic winner going to go to the race lead. And that Western Flyer kicking up the rooster tails once again as on his entry to turn number 3 and off of 4. Now he has a half a car length on 00 B.J. Moore. Leedy still holding back the deuce of Roy. Trying to fire to the inside of the B99 of Leedy. Comes up short again. Now B.J. Moore's got a run. B.J. Moore now has a run. He lost a little bit of side bite there off of corner number 4. Loses a car length or so. About 2 car lengths to Whitehead. Adam Roy trying to fit it down to the bottom to the inside of the B99. He will smash the loud pedal and try to hold him back. And B99 up on the loud pedal tonight. Ben Leedy showing that he's got some confidence, racing with some tenacity tonight. But he has to get back in line as the deuce at his home racetrack. Just a little bit better here. And that's to be expected, as Ben Leedy has not raced here very often in his racing career. Down the back straightaway, Adam Roy may have the best hot rod of the bunch, but probably going to run out of time. Tick-tock goes the race clock. He'll need a caution and reline on that second row to see if he has anything for 36J or 00. Not sure we'll get that. It would be interesting to say the least, but to this point, Justin Whitehead and 36J has absolutely earned this victory tonight. With the IMCA invert, you can't come out of this tonight and say that he didn't have the best car. After starting 8th, winning the main event, oh boy, we got one coming up limp at the top of turn number 2. It's Jimmy Tubbs. And oh boy, took over the top spot, just being able to sling his 36J into the corners and able to stay on the gas and keep the car stuck right there to the center point of the racetrack. B.J. Moore stuck like glue around the bottom. Adam Roy's coming quick, fast, and in a hurry. A great time to restart by Whitehead. We're back underway. Oh, baby, R.J. Stroman and Ben Leedy make contact there. Down the back straightaway. Ben Leedy now going door-to-door with Franks. It's 2 laps to go, shown from Flagman Joe Home, this time by off of turn number 4. B-Daddy, Paul Leedy now working to the back bumper with his son Ben into 1 and 2, the pair of Jonesboro, Louisiana racers. Father and son. Down the back straightaway they go. Leedy in a respectable 5th place showing here with a white flag coming off this time by for Justin Whitehead, the 7-time Cajun Cruiser Classic winner. Final time. Folks, leaving absolutely zilch doubt on the table tonight. He'll lace his Nikes up and just do it again. It's 36J of Justin Whitehead taking the victory here at his home racetrack at 67 and 36J. And a dominant run. the 7-time Cajun Classic winner and this year's $10,000 winner, the King of the Hill at Boot Hill. Got this Western Flyer on point tonight. He's going to be fired up. He's got 11,000 reasons to smile in a couple of weeks, maybe. Justin Whitehead back to victory lane at his home track. And the emotion speaks for itself. Justin, I tell you, man, from the time I looked at the lineup tonight, from where you're starting the heat, it's always fun to watch you really get up on the wheel. Tonight, man, you had both hands and both feet up on the wheel of this 36J. This has to really give you a lot of confidence. You've really been trying to chase this car and find the niche for it, man. Tonight, it was just hooked up wherever you wanted to put it on the track, it seemed.
Man, it was a handful. Track was a little bit of handful. BJ was really, really fast. About halfway through, I was like, there ain't no way in hell I'm beating him. We kept searching. I think his car got a little looser on him and was able to get around him.
How important it was to kind of stay patient, not, trying to force the issue there?
Oh, yeah. I ain't trying to make him mad. He does my powder coat. No, I'm just kidding. He's a great friend of ours. He does really clean racing. We try to keep it that way.
Man, like I said, the car, I mean, does it give you some confidence going into Waco in a few weeks? I know the tracks are two different deals, but I mean, it seemed like you may have thrown something at this thing tonight. Just see what you may have in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah, we're going after 11 grand.
Yeah. Hey, last year the top qualifier, that definitely has to give you confidence. Let's hear about all the folks that help you out in the race car.
Oh, Pro 1 Transmission, A&T Delivery, Texarkana Tire and Wheel, C&D Plumbing, Sames Ford, Best Engines, Thompson Motorsports, Spencer Sun Timber, Phone Bros, Hataways, Borderline Septic, my wife, Sarah, Kayla, of course, my crew, Chris, he's leaving me tomorrow, so it's a good go-away present.
Where's Chris going? Where you going, Chris? Oh, Lord. Hey, I don't know what you're going to do, man. You might have to find a new crew chief, but when you're a wheel man like you do, I don't guess Chris is pretty good, but you're pretty good, too. Congratulations tonight, Justin.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, folks. Justin Whitehead doing what he does. He wheels it again to victory lane here at his home racetrack tonight. First. Drew Armstrong at the 0-1 out of Benton, Arkansas. And row number 2 outside of the Hot Springs, Arkansas youngster, Keaton Atkinson. The 50 is Steve Rebel Ward, mini IMCA modified wins in his career. Arlen Stewart out of Little Rock. 6 cars, 20 laps. Lights are out. We're underway. Raging his way to the top spot, the Benton, Arkansas racer, Drew Armstrong. To the point here at his Friday night home track of Texarkana. Armstrong out front of the lead. The 40 of Schwetman out of Tatum, Texas, having a good run to this point. Here comes the youngster from Hot Springs, Arkansas, Keaton Atkinson. Keaton, he'll work to the back. Tail tank of the number 40 of Schwetman into 1. Keaton's going to go up top and trying to find some dig off of turn number 2. He's going to find it. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Atkinson. Keaton, he'll send it up top this time. Kick up some rooster tails into turn number 3. He's got the 24 working now to the outside of the number 40. And Keaton Atkinson, he's going to dig, and he'll take that spot at the line. Keaton Atkinson going to take second at the line by half a cat's whisker over to the 40, and Schwetman just lost the handle. Nearly lost it, but he corrals the number 40 and allows the number 50 is Steve Ward to try to dispose of him. He will. Steve Ward now goes to third in car number 50. The 40 back to fourth as Arlen Stewart now goes to work on him. So from the in-house to the outhouse for the number 40. And another dirt track Friday night, and Drew Armstrong out of Benton, Arkansas on cruise control. He says, we'll holla at you later. I'll see you at the trailers. And we'll see you back here next Friday night, he says. Keaton Atkinson says, hey, I got other plans, though. Don't count me out just yet. Keaton Atkinson digging tonight. He has went ahead and thrown nearly a whole straightaway on third in the form of the 50 of Rebel Ward. Keaton so very impressive here at the home stretch. But tick-tock goes the race clock. He would need to have an even shot at the 01 if he wants to get this victory tonight. It'd be nearly impossible to hunt down the 01 barring a mechanical failure, and he doesn't have many of those. But nonetheless, the youngster having a very solid performance tonight in 24. Maybe a caution, because we've seen Keaton, we've seen him dethrone these guys before this year. It can be done, but it's a tall task at this point. One and a half laps more to go for the 01 out of Benton, Arkansas of Drew Armstrong. Final time down the back straightaway. In another dominant performance, car count may have been a little low tonight, but not sure that it would have made a difference as he'll come off at turn number 4. Drew Armstrong picks another win up here at Texarkana tonight. Car count may have been a little low tonight for the IMCA mods, but I'm not sure it would have made a whole lot of difference. It would have been interesting to see if Keaton Atkinson could have had a yellow there to see what he may have had for the 01A, because Keaton was really making some quick laps around the speed plant tonight. But the early advantage pays dividends for the Benton, Arkansas racer, driving the Dove Plumbing Incorporated Day Motorsports War Shocks by K Diller Development. The Lawson Farms 01A, once again out of Benton, Arkansas. It's Drew Armstrong climbing out of the car, folks. Give him a round of applause. Is etching another one into the history books here at 67 Speedway tonight. Man, I told the fans that the car count may have been a little low tonight, but nonetheless, you still had to get up on the wheel and get out there and dispose of those guys quick, fast, and in a hurry in this one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. A little scary start there, but it's part of it.
You in the Shaw or the Rage tonight?
I'm in the Shaw. We leave tomorrow, go pick up the Rage.
You heading to Boone up there with the Rage, or what's your plans?
Oh, it's a roll of the dice right now. We'll go with what we're comfortable with.
You seem pretty comfortable in the Larry Shaw as well. Either one of them. I mean, you had two of them this year. The other one Craig Oaks acquired from you, but both cars seem to be pretty good. I think you're pretty good in anything you get in, though, Drew.
It's a lot of fun. Just got to wheel them.
Absolutely, man. Let's hear about all the folks who help you out in the race car.
Man, Ellie's Mexican Grill, Lawson Sod Farm, Dunn Delivery, Ambush Boats, Western Construction, just everybody on board, East End Towing, all of them.
Man, I have to ask, though, after you have such a great year in a Larry Shaw, and I mean, I don't think that there's any reason why you would go different, but what's behind making a chassis switch like that?
Just a little more support and want to be a little different.
I was just curious. Hey, appreciate the insight. Congratulations, Drew.
Appreciate it.
Give it up for him, folks. Drew Armstrong back in victory lane here in Texarkana. Come on, Texarkana. Y'all got to do better now. Give Drew Armstrong a round of applause. Thank you. Dude's dominated here this year, and he definitely deserves it. You can head up to Little Rock to Tracy Clay's I-30 Speedway on some Saturday nights or many Saturday nights and see this Lawson Farm 01A machine over there at that speed plant picking up victories as well. It's been a dominant year for him. Your 4-cylinder main event, the final race of the night. You want one? You need one? As we're underway, and I don't think they're going to like that start. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Well, Converse got a shot in the shorts down here in turns 1 and 2.
As we'll get the drivers lined back up and get ready to go green. Looks like we're going to get the green flag coming out of turn 4. It'll be Connor Mewborn on the inside and Justin Converse on the outside. Followed by Morgan Powell in 21M and Justin Lishman.
A great heat racing earlier there, Cole. Is they're going to 3 wide for the race lead down the back straight into turn number 3.
Man, this 4-cylinder class is really heating up here around 67.
Ain't no doubt the winningest driver all time in this class is that started in 2015. Way up top on the elevator, he comes down and nearly goes into the basement. Converse hanging it all out up top. How about Justin Lishman?
As we got a 3-way battle for the lead there between Connor Mewborn, Justin Converse, and Justin Lishman. As Converse goes up high, and Morgan Powell's going to try and split the gap and go in between them, but gets the door shut by Justin Converse.
This class so very competitive, very equal as they set their down the back straightaway on turn number 3. It's 13-year-old Connor Mewborn out front in the lead, and car number 36, Justin Lishman. Really been close to a victory here, Cole. Finished second to Michael King Jr. on July 27.
Yeah, and Justin Lishman's been really consistent this year, steadily getting better and better in that 4-cylinder. It's not really something him and his family are used to, but it seems like something he's been able to pick up on and get better as he's gone along. But right now will be Connor Mewborn rolling into turn 3 and coming out of turn 4 there. As, looks like, who is that? The 19B car. A couple cars making contact going down the back straightaway there.
Call him Wishbone, I don't know why. Wishbone.
Justin Lishman going to the inside of Connor Mewborn as they go into turn 3, and Justin Converse, is waiting and looking for an opportunity to get around them if either one of them should slip up. As they're side-by-side battling down the back straightaway, Justin Converse going to look to the inside of Connor Mewborn as they go down the back straightaway.
What a great race brewing to this point.
Got a 3-way battle for the lead. You can throw a blanket over them as they roll down the front straightaway. Getting the halfway mark from Flagman Joe. Connor Mewborn driving it with reckless abandonment, driving it as hard as he can off into turn 1, trying to get around Justin Lishman, but Justin Converse is sitting there waiting right behind him for an opportunity. As the top 3 cars are kind of strung out a little bit, giving them the opportunity to breathe a little after that battle, as Justin Converse pulls up behind Connor Mewborn, is going to challenge him for second place going into 3, and Connor pulls off a little bit from him, drives in a little bit harder. Man, enough can't be said about all the drivers in this class this year. They've been really consistent to put on a great show week in and week out, as it's really turned into a class where you don't know who the winner is going to be when they pull up and unload. Oh, it's a 3D. I think that's Dakota Cooper goes off the outside of turn 3 there, and we'll get the caution flag, get everybody slowed down. As we've got everybody lined back up, we're getting ready to go green. Coming out of turn 4, it'll be Justin Lishman, followed by Connor Mewborn on the inside, and Justin Converse on the outside as we go green, coming out of turn 4. Should shape up to be a real good race here as we roll off into turn 1. Justin Lishman stretching out about a half a car, and Connor Mewborn slides up, makes a little bit of contact with Justin Converse. It's all right to lean on him a little bit.
Little bump and a little rub, never hurt nobody. Right now, this race is close to the top string out of Texasville, and here comes the 17-year-old Michael King Jr. out of El Dorado, Arkansas. He's got wins this season at 5 different racetracks. Down in Warren, at Diamond Park, and he goes 3 wide to the outside, way up top where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. Michael King Jr. driving right now with a sense of redemption, maybe some revenge for what happened earlier on tonight. That kid, Michael King, can wheel.
Oh, yeah, he can. I've been really impressed with Michael King throughout the season. I'm sorry to cut you off, Zach.
You're
but
good. Are we about to go halfway?
We've already been halfway. We're about to go to 2 to go.
Oh, boy, here comes Michael King. He's going to rim around the outside and roll like a yo-yo with no string. 2 laps to go. Well,
there's a little contacts made between Dakota Cooper and
boy, we're going to get us a
car.
green, white, checkered restart. And Michael King looks like the hungry hound right now.
You're going to be a contender in this class.
Definitely a method to the madness in each and every division you race in, that's for sure. And these cats here, their method is putting on great racing as well. And Michael King Jr. looks like the hungriest hound of the bunch right now. He looks to be the dog who gets the biscuit after this one. We'll find out who's the bad dog. We'll find out.
Michael King Jr. challenging Justin Lishman to the outside as they roll into turn 1. Justin Converse hunting behind him, and here comes Morgan Powell.
It's a fight to the finish like it was last time on July the 27th. It came down to these two, and Michael King Jr. relegated the number 14's advances. And right now, off of where the white flag is out, Cole Bullison. What a race we have as Michael King Jr. takes over the race lead at 14 JR.
Yes, but Justin Lishman, a stiff competitor, is not going to be one to just lay down as he challenges to the inside of him. They're drag racing down the back straightaway going into turn 3.
He said, I ain't no dog to lay down. He said, I'm going to go ahead and hammer the porch here. I'm going to turn him before the 14 Junior washes up a little bit, but he'll come from the tail and win tonight at Texarkana for his 9th win of the season. Michael King Jr. grabs another victory here at Texarkana tonight. That was a pretty good race. I wish you came here earlier.
I will.
Folks, we certainly appreciate you on behalf of the Gardner family. Our scores in the tower, Miss Reed Covington, Marla Green, on behalf of Chris Green. The Gardner family, our judge, jury, and executioner of the flag stand, Mr. Joe Holm. I'm Zach Clark with RaceOnTexas.com. Always a pleasure. If you folks don't have anything going on tomorrow, head down to Kilgore, Texas, over to the Lone Star Speedway. Has some good racing going on over there. Hey, folks, this fella deserves a round of applause. Another victory here for Michael King Jr. from El Dorado, Arkansas. They often say that they find a racer's true character or when he faces some adversity tonight, man. It seemed, I don't know how you're feeling out here behind the car, man, but it definitely looked like you were driving with a little bit of extra tenacity tonight, young man. You feel like you may have something to prove.
Every time I get adversity, it just makes me drive 15 times harder, And after all that stuff in the heat race, I figured I could just go out here, get a clean race and see what could happen. But after the first few laps, I realized that the top was coming in a little bit. Nobody was really running up there, so I just put it at the floor of the top and worked out for me.
What was the method of your madness? Just trying to keep the car as straight as possible up on that top shelf?
Yeah, it was a little loose getting in. I almost choked, almost flew off the track into 4 on the last lap, and I just had to, all throttle control, just trying to keep the car straight. And I saw Justin come back around, and I was like, oh no, man, I thought I had this one.
July the 27th, you were the guy kind of holding him back, relegating the number 14 tonight. You were the hunter, and he was the hunted. It was a little bit different circumstance. You still come out with a victory, but nonetheless, man, you and Justin Lishman having some great runs here.
Oh yeah, man, I love Justin to death. If I'm losing, I hope it's him. He deserves one. He works way too hard in the car to not have won one yet. But I love him to death, but I can't lay over. I gotta give it all I can.
Another impressive performance for you tonight, young man. Let's hear about all the folks that help you out in this race car.
First, I got to thank the good Lord for giving me the opportunity to do what I love and successfully do what I love. Iron Table Gym, PPG, Hartman Walsh, mom and dad, out in the shop all the time, helping me out with this car, you know. Got to thank the track, you know. I love this place, man. It's awesome.
Flawless performance tonight, man. You definitely earned that one. Got up on the wheel. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Give it up for me, folks. 17-year-old racer out of El Dorado, Arkansas. Michael King Jr. gets the victory. We appreciate all you folks that are headed to your vehicles. We certainly thank you once again on behalf of Chris Green, the Gardner family here at the Texarkana 67 Speedway. We thank you for choosing this place as your official racing destination tonight. We hope you can come back and see us next Friday night as we'll wrap up the 2018 season here in the next couple of weeks. Everybody, please be safe heading home, be blessed, and be a blessing. We'll see you next Friday night.